In the morning, Russian missiles once again struck critical infrastructure facilities in Ukraine. Missiles fell on Kiev and Lviv, among other cities. Both cities are experiencing power outages. At 7 a.m., the enemy launched a massive strike on Ukrainian territory, during which cruise missiles and S-300 and S-400 air-to-air missiles were launched from the air and sea, targeting critical infrastructure and energy facilities. The enemy used more than 69 missiles. Our country's air defense destroyed 54 missiles. One of the targets was a maternity hospital in Kherson. After the first hit, there were two. One was right here. We covered the crater. The second hit, you can see the effects. After the attack, the explosion started. We immediately moved the pregnant women to the basement and then moved them to our main hall, where they spent the night. Today, after the examination, we allowed them to go home. It was terrifying, also unexpected. The explosion started suddenly. Glass flew out of the windows. There was glass everywhere. To be honest, my hands are still shaking. In the Ivano-Frankivsk region, a missile hit an apartment block. The missile slammed into the building but did not explode. During the night, the Russians shelled Zaporizhia. Regional Governor Oleksandr Starukh reported on the situation in the city. The missiles destroyed several buildings, damaged a gas pipeline and a power line. Fortunately, there were no casualties. The enemy will not rest as long as it lives. We will rebuild the damage. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, especially today. I laid down in bed, and a while later I fell asleep. When I woke up, everything was shaking. I got up and started calling my husband. I ran barefoot over the glass. I finally found him. There were many shards on his clothes. Over Kiev alone, Ukrainians shot down 15 Russian missiles. President Volodymyr Zelensky appealed to compatriots for unity at an extremely difficult time. Please find time to say kind words to your loved ones, and even if not to people close to you, just to other Ukrainians. And if someone is in a difficult situation, in a difficult time, remains alone and for some reason has no relatives, please ask if she or he doesn't need help. British ambassador to Ukraine, Melinda Simons, was unequivocal in her assessment that Russia is seeking to escalate the conflict. Russian missiles launched across Ukraine, including Kiev and Lviv. Civilians injured. Russia rejects President Zelensky's peace plan. Russia does not want peace with Ukraine. Meanwhile, analysts report that commodity prices on the Russian market are rising dramatically. In December alone, the price of gas rose by almost 14% and electricity by more than 12%. Sanctions are working. Only, of course, they are not working as fast as we all would like. Only problem is that it will still take some time. According to the U.S. Institute for the Study of War, the Russian offensive in the Bakhmut region has reached its climax. The prolonged stalemate on the front, unfavorable weather conditions, and logistical problems make it impossible for the Russians to capture the city.